It's just reading too much like Revelations to me. I'm not about it.
There's a lot here. There's a lot here, man. This was announced yesterday from Elon Musk that he has all these companies. He has Tesla, and he has the Boring Company. He's got SpaceX, and he has Neuralink. And Neuralink is the chip that is literally being put into your brain to make you act like a supercomputer. And I watched a movie recently that was about I think it had Scarlett Johansson in it, where she takes some drug on accident.
Oh, Lucy.
Lucy, yeah.
I saw it in theaters. It's a wild trip. She turns into a USB.
Yeah, that's crazy as shit. Yeah, she turns into a USB drive at the end, which is just crazy as shit. But that's what I'm imagining that eventually happening with Neuralink. But yesterday, Elon Musk announced that the first Neuralink product is called telepathy, but it also the first Neuralink was installed successfully, which is just absolutely crazy to think about. You can see this from here, implanted in the first brain of a human. So it's like, yeah, this is the thing that's going to end us all, and here it is. The patient is recovering well, and the initial result, like, what does this even mean? Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Okay, sounds great.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds awesome, man. There was a meme being passed around of like this sounding like something you'd see in like a video game,
right? Like
some sort of HUD. But I thought this was like a really interesting article here from The Guardian. As if you continue to read it, and this goes from a story about Neuralink to a ridiculous hit piece about Elon Musk in about 2 paragraphs. Yeah. Right? So here's like Elon Musk, the billionaire founder of the neurotechnology company Neuralink, said, blah, 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 blah. Here it is, blah, 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 blah. Then it gets back over here, and spikes are activity by neurons, which the National Institute of Health describes as cells that use electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain and the body. Musk didn't provide further claims. That's pretty much where the story could end right there, right? Yep. But they continue. In follow-up tweets sent this is ridiculous. In follow-up tweets sent in between arguing about video games and bantering with far-right influencers, the businessman said the first Neuralink product was called telepathy. Yeah, I think I'm saying it right.
You are.
So it enables control of your blah, 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 blah. Musk has a large history of bold promises, but a spottier record of fulfilling them. In 2016, he wrongly predicted that within 2 years, it would be possible for Tesla to drive autonomously from New York to LA. That year, he said that SpaceX rocket company would fly to Mars in 2018. It still hasn't. In 2017, Musk suggested Neuralink's first product on the market would be in about 4 years. However, Tuesday's news was a, quote, significant milestone towards the goal. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like you can very clearly see the agenda associated with these companies when it comes to Elon Musk. But back to this whole thing with Neuralink.
Yeah.
Melanie, I just have a sneaking suspicion that you probably have no interest in getting a chip put in your brain.
I am not about it. I didn't even get the vax. I certainly am not getting a microchip put in my brain. I'm very suspicious about anything like this. And also it's just hitting too close to home as possibly being like the mark of the beast type thing. I don't like it. Revelations speak of people being tormented and wanting to die and they won't be able to. I think that this is just one step closer to they really are gonna try to make people immortal, and it's just reading too much like Revelations to me. I'm not about it. No.
You know, there's this down below. This is the meme that I saw yesterday. It's kind of funny. Bill Gates, let's make more vaccines. No, you'll put microchips in our body and track us, Elon Musk. I will literally put a microchip on your brain.
Exactly. Nice. This is true. There are some people who are hypocrites with this stuff.
Yes.
I'm not one of them.
I'm probably one of them.
You into this idea, Vader?
I'm probably a hypocrite when it comes to this because I'm anti being a lab rat for the vax. I'm not an anti-vax guy, but I'm against being a lab rat for this coof stuff, you know. But this Neuralink stuff, the sci-fi nerd in me is telling me I was born 100 years too early. You know what I mean? Because I would love nothing more than to be able to plug something into the back of my neck and have my arthritis get fixed to make my hands work better. You know, and that's where they're trying to go with this stuff. It would be cool to be able to say, "Oh, I'm going on a trip to China. I better learn Chinese." You know, stick a chip in there. You know, that kind of stuff is just completely fascinating to me. You know, and I'm not going to lie. I find I think the word, what is transhumanism, kind of is where they, you know, if I could cut off my hand and get a Luke Skywalker cyborg hand put on there that works better than the one I have, I would do it immediately without any hesitation. So I find this kind of stuff kind of fascinating. I get what Melanie's saying. I do. I totally get it. But there's part of me that is fascinated by it, and I'm curious to where it all ends up. You know, are we going to be able to transfer our brain patterns into a cyborg body in 500 years from now, and live, you know, another couple hundred years until that machine breaks down? You know, I don't know. It's just it's a very sci-fi concept to me, and I think it's interesting. You know, where are we going to end up? Are we going to end up as our species going to combine with robots? Is that our future? You know, it's crazy to me. What we're not going to be able to travel the cosmos and go to space unless we figure this kind of stuff out, because these simple little bags of mostly water aren't capable of doing that kind of stuff. You know, so we got to figure it out.
I think it's very fair to be interested in something while still being extremely apprehensive
100%
to the idea, right? You can look at it and be like, that's a really interesting idea, and I like the idea of optimizing my body in ways that we've never been able to, or optimizing my brain, while still being like, hell no, I'd never do that.
Yeah. I'll just die like a normal person one day. It's fine.
Right. Then there'll be, you know, we've had the pure bloods versus the non-pure bloods, and then we're gonna have the pure body versus the chipped.
So it's all very cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It's Johnny Mnemonic, where you put in your brain in your head with the chips, with the information.
I think for us normal people not doing it, we're going to be the uncool ones. I mean, people are going to be able to run super fast. They're going to be able to jump super high. They're going to have potential immortality one day, all this stuff. So it's going to look cool. It's going to look awesome. But no, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think now is the time you want this stuff plugged into your body. But I think, you know, at some point, you know, if unless we get hit by another comet or asteroid or something, what we're capable of doing in the 100 years from now is going to be incredible. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they can do with this kind of stuff. And this is just in the baby stages. You know, they don't know what they're doing. They're just, you know, they're plugging chips into your skin to see if you can, you know, make yourself get goosebumps. It's weird. They're basically turning this into phone apps, so I can answer my phone with the blink in my eye, you know. So
there's okay, Blabs, I'm curious, are you interested in this idea at all?
I would never get done to myself. I would strongly discourage people doing it, but if it's your body, you do what you want kind of deal. But really, you wouldn't be able to pay me. Or if you did, it'd have to be a shit ton of money to be
turn
able
into a robot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you guys on the whole hypocrite thing with Elon Musk wanting the chips. Everyone's like, yeah, Elon Musk is amazing. He's going to save us all.
Right.
And he's like, chips. And then they can control you and control the entire, everything. The economy, how you think, everything controlled just like that. So we're like, oh, we want free speech. Do you, though?
Yep.
Well,
exactly.
We'll get to my brother's tweet, which has popped off and gone viral. But I will say this. The one thing about people need to remember, these are companies. Neuralink is a company.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if the company goes out of business and you have this chip in your brain, right?
Yep.
Like, can they just shut down? Does your brain shut down? Can you remove said chip out of your brain? This is not like a USB where you just pop it in and pop it out. You're implanting this onto your brain. You know, it's so many questions, which my brother so eloquently puts in his tweet here.
It's a trap.
It says,
Yep.
follow me here. Elon buys Twitter. Everyone celebrates free speech again. Earns trust of the people. Brings in Yacarino, who's the new CEO. Changes the name to X. X to become the, quote, everything app for chat, purchases, and entertainment. Yacarino now discussing a social credit score under the guise of brand safety. The Everything app eventually ties to social credit score. Everything app plus social credit score rolls into Neuralink. Neuralink mandated to use X into Everything app. Morons actually do it at a convenience. Voila, microchipped and controlled population. Yay, yay, yay.
He gets
it's
it.
A trap.
He gets it.
That's pretty spot on. I have to admit.
That's exactly it.
I still want a bionic hand, though. I still want it.
I still think most people are going to do it. I mean, you know what? Even if it's not the mark of the beast or whatever, most people are going to probably do stuff like that. I mean, or something like that does turn out being the mark of the beast. Most people are going to do it. I mean, that's already prophesied. But yeah, I could see being the uncool ones for it. And that's the thing, though, is people have to be okay with being uncool. Same thing with like the vax and all that. We were during the time that everybody is telling everyone, oh, you're selfish if you don't get it. We looked like the bad guys when we didn't get it, or when we told people, hey, if you want to get it, go for it. But if you don't want to get it, then no one should make you do it. We were still looking like the bad guys. And I think that when it comes to microchip or anything like that, or a jab or anything like that, just being a person in society, sometimes you have to be okay with looking like the uncool person, or even if most of society paints you out as being the wrong person. It is so important. So
yeah, and I think that's, you know, it's funny. I mentioned this before on several shows that I've been on. I don't think I've actually mentioned it on this show. When you look at where things are at in society, it is an incredibly sad state that a 42-year-old guy wearing a cap is the punk rock one.
Yes.
Like, I'm punk rock. That's fucking pathetic. Right? Like, I'm the opposite of the establishment. And when you look at my career path, it's always been that exact same thing. I've been the opposite of whatever everybody, you know, with IGN, I was the opposite of what IGN, like Screw Attack was built to be the opposite of IGN. We were the anti-corporate establishment. Now it's all flipped. And some idiot dude sitting in his extra's bedroom over here wearing a hat talking to a microphone is the anti-establishment punk rock. Like, I don't look like punk rock, but here it is.